For 5,000 years, the title of the largest city on Earth has passed from empire to empire. Watch the crown move across the whole of human history. A quick note: ancient populations are educated estimates debated by historians. For modern cities, we use United Nations metropolitan figures. Near the present day, the ranking shifts depending on exactly where you draw a city's edge. It begins in Mesopotamia, more than 3,000 years before Christ. Uruk becomes the first true city on Earth, the first place where tens of thousands of strangers ever lived side by side. Uruk, here, for the very first time, humans crowded together by the tens of thousands. And to keep track of all that grain and trade, they invented something brand new: writing. 1,000 years on, the great river valleys are filling. Rules a Mesopotamian empire, Egypt's Memphis guards the Nile, and far to the east, the cities of the Indus and early China appear. By 1500 BC, Egypt is at its height. Thebes, city of pharaohs and temples, is now the largest place on Earth. As Egypt fades, Babylon endures on the Euphrates, and new powers stir in China and among the Phoenicians of the Mediterranean coast. Then the Assyrians build the first great war machine. Their capital Nineveh, ringed by colossal walls and lion-guarded gates, becomes the mightiest city in the world. Nineveh is destroyed, and Babylon rises one last time, dazzling the ancient world with its walls and hanging gardens, even as the cities of China swell to rival it. After Alexander, the Greek world explodes outward. Alexandria in Egypt becomes a city of scholars and a towering lighthouse, while India's Pataliputra rules the Mauryan Empire. Now two new giants surge up the list: Han China's Chang'an and a hungry republic on the river Tiber that is about to swallow the whole Mediterranean, Rome. And then Rome. At the height of its empire, it becomes the first city in all of history to hold 1 million people, fed by grain fleets from across the Mediterranean. 1 million people, fed by grain fleets and aqueducts, crammed into marble temples and crowded slums. Nothing like it had ever existed on Earth. For 2 centuries, Rome holds the crown. But in the east, China's Han capitals grow vast, and the 2 great empires of antiquity rule opposite ends of the world. Then the world tips. Rome decays from within, barbarians press at the gates, and a new capital, Constantinople, rises to inherit the empire. A giant even blooms in the Americas at Teotihuacan. By 500, Rome is a ruin haunted by a fraction of its people. The crown has moved east for good, to Constantinople and the great cities of China and Persia. In China, the Tang dynasty builds Chang'an, a planned metropolis on a grid, its markets crowded with traders from across all of Asia. It surges to the top of the world. Now 2 giants share the world: Tang Chang'an in the east and a brand new wonder in the west, Baghdad, the round city of peace, founded by the Abbasid caliphs. Then Baghdad pulls ahead. At the peak of the Islamic Golden Age, its house of wisdom gathers the knowledge of the world, and its people number close to 1 million. Around the year 1000, the lead is shared 3 ways: Baghdad, the Spanish wonder of Cordoba, and a rising new giant in China called Kaifeng. China's Song dynasty unleashes an economic miracle. Its capital Kaifeng, humming with paper money, gunpowder, and printed books, becomes the largest city on the planet. Driven south by invasion, the Song rebuild at Hangzhou, a city of canals and silk that astonishes even Marco Polo. It may be the most crowded place humanity has ever built. But empires can die in a week. In 1258, the Mongols storm Baghdad and throw its libraries into the river until the Tigris runs black with ink. The Golden Age is over. Under the Mongol peace, Hangzhou still leads, while Cairo grows fat on the spice trade, and the Mongols raise a brand new capital on the site of modern Beijing. Then death rides in from the east. In just a few years, the Black Death kills up to half of Europe and tears through Asia and the Middle East. Whole cities simply empty out. As the world recovers, the new Ming dynasty makes Nanjing its capital, India's Vijayanagara blazes with gold, and the cities of Europe begin, slowly, to climb again. In 1453, giant Ottoman cannons shatter the thousand-year walls of Constantinople. The last splinter of the Roman Empire falls, and a new Istanbul rises in its place. By 1500, the Ming emperors have made Beijing the new giant, ruling from the Forbidden City, while Vijayanagara and Cairo hold the south. The great gunpowder empires now tower over the world: Ming Beijing, Ottoman Istanbul, and Mughal India, whose emperors build wonders like the city of Agra. Now a newcomer surges up the list: Edo, the future Tokyo, swollen by the shoguns to nearly 1 million. And in the west, London and Paris are quietly beginning their climb. And by the mid-1700s, a surprise. Edo, the future Tokyo, swollen by the shoguns to 1 million souls, may already be the largest city on the entire planet. By 1800, King Beijing reigns over the largest empire on earth and passes 1 million people. But the world is tilting once more. London is climbing fast. Then the world changes forever. Coal and steam tear millions off the land and pack them into the factory cities of Europe. For the first time in history, the giants will be Western. And it happens. Powered by empire and industry, London storms past Beijing to seize a crown the West has not held since ancient Rome. By 1900, London has become something the planet has never seen. The first true megacity, far larger than any city in all of history, with New York racing up behind it. After the First World War, the torch crosses the Atlantic. New York's forest of skyscrapers carries it past London at last, ending the longest reign at the top in modern history. 2 world wars later, the crown crosses the Atlantic. New York, city of skyscrapers, now towers over the world, with a rebuilding Tokyo close behind. But the center of gravity is already swinging back to Asia. By 1980, Tokyo's endless metropolis has overtaken New York, and it will not look back. But the last word belongs to the East again. By the year 2000, Tokyo has swallowed 34 million people, the largest city in all of human history. 37 million people in one endless, glittering sprawl. No society in history has ever gathered so many human beings into a single place. And today the race is closer than ever. Tokyo is shrinking and aging, while Delhi is exploding upward, and within a few years, it is expected to take the crown that Tokyo has held for so long. For 5,000 years, every empire believed its greatest city would last forever. Not one of them did. So which city do you think will wear the crown in the year 2100? Tell me below.